Hi, my name is Arnold Smith, and I'm the business manager for Kearns & Company Real Estate Lawyers. Chris asked me to share a story about a buyer who had made an emotional decision to buy a property, and I knew right away the client I was going to tell him about. So this client had been looking with his wife for months to buy a house. They were pregnant and they were having their new baby, and they wanted to have a nice house for them to move into. So after several months of searching, they had driven by a house and they saw a sign for a listing, and they went and took a look. This was the first weekend for the open house, and it was really busy, and they really liked it. It was an old house, 80 years old, in a nice neighborhood with a nice view. And so they decided that it was $80,000 less than most of the houses they were looking at, and they figured they would make an offer. Now, they called their agent and said, "We want to make an offer tonight." And within 15 minutes after they had seen the place, they had made an offer, no subjects, for $100 more than the asking price. Now, this was against their buyer's advice, the agent's advice. He said that they should do an inspection, that there should be a subject to financing, but they decided, no, we want this property, and they went ahead and did it. They figured that even if there were lots of problems with the property, the $80,000 less than would cover all of those costs. Well, let me tell you, that wasn't quite the case. After they took possession of the property, or after the contract had been signed, they had an inspection done, and the inspector found a lot of problems with the property. When they saw the property, there was an attic that they wanted to develop. The property didn't have all of the characteristics they needed. They needed more bedrooms. In the configuration it only had one bedroom. And of course, it's a growing family. They needed at least 3 bedrooms, which was on their wish list. But they just assumed that they would be able to renovate the property in a way that would make it work. So after they had bought the property, they went to do the renovations, and they discovered that there was no foundation on the property, that there was knob and tube wiring throughout which needed to be replaced. There was unpermitted additions to the property which would have to be retroactively permitted at a huge cost. There was urea formaldehyde foam insulation in the walls, which is a huge detriment to a value, and there was asbestos in a lot of the flooring and the walls, which needed to be dealt with. All of that added up to over $100,000 in cost. So in the end, the couple had decided to tear down the house and start again, which was definitely not in their financial plans. And the reason why I know so much about these clients was me. And it created a huge and stressful process, which hopefully will have a good resolution. But I wish that I had followed the advice of my agent and put that clause for inspection, so that I didn't have to make that emotional decision. So I know all about the process and how hard it is to find a good home, but stick to your guns, listen to your professionals, don't make an emotional decision. It'll cost you.